Let's refocus and once again get back to earnings. We have the management of Protean eGov Technologies joining us on the show, Mr. Suresh Sethi, the MD and CEO. Mr. Sethi, hi, morning, and thanks so much for your time today. Let's talk about your quarter two earnings and the profitability to begin with. That declined 15% on a year-on-year basis despite strong top-line growth. Help us understand, by when are you expecting profitability to recover to the levels that we've seen in the past?
So this has been a good quarter. Otherwise, for us, it's been resilient. We've had a 19% growth quarter on quarter and 14% year on year. And if we see, the top line has grown from that perspective. But as far as numbers are concerned, clearly there have been good tailwinds behind the CRA business. And our new businesses have, for the first time, entered into double-digit contribution to the overall top line, and they've contributed around 12% to the revenue for this particular half year. And we expect this trend to continue, and therefore we expect our numbers, both top line and bottom line, to show a strong continuity going forward.
Right, and as you mentioned, your new businesses now contribute about 12% for the first half, and they were up from 4% last year. What are these verticals exactly, and how quickly can they scale to a material share of your total top line?
So these verticals, if you remember, we spoke earlier, we've actually built a very strong order book on our project-related business, which is again contributing towards building of digital public infrastructure across multiple sectors of the economy. And we've got now an order book which is almost double our annual top line. And that has contributed in this quarter, for one. And we also further see that some of these projects will continue to give us recurring growth going forward. So one element has been the project-related revenues. Earlier we spoke about the fact that we won the ASK Aadhar Seva Kendra establishment project from UIDAI. That is almost a 1370 crore mandate, and it should show on complete deployment and annual recurring revenue of 200 CR. Other than that, various works we are doing across insurance, across agriculture, health, digital commerce. These are areas which are contributing, and naturally our foray into trying to build the app layer on top of the digital public infrastructure is adding further strength to our business diversification.
Okay, and Mr. Sethi, you did mention the 1370 crore rupee UIDAI mandate. How soon does this execution start, and how will this boost your growth and digital identity leadership?
So Protean is unique in the aspect that we are managing both the foundational IDs, whether it is from a tax ID perspective, the PAN, and now we have the mandate to also provide services for issuance of Aadhar as an ID, and also any service related to changes, demographic or otherwise. So these are very strong, digital pillars for the nation. And we again remain embedded as the only entity which is also providing the authentication services on top of these identities. And we are the only entity providing all four facets of identity authentication. And as far as the Aadhar project is concerned, we should start seeing some revenues coming in from quarter three. And next year is the time when we'll be getting into complete deployment. And then we should see the annual growth, as we spoke about earlier, of around 200 crores of recurring revenue.
Right, and other than this landmark mandate from UIDAI, any visibility on any new government contracts, anything that you may have in the pipeline?
So definitely there are both. We have SaaS businesses which are at the product level, which give us a continued income. Our CRA business continues to remain strong. As you would have seen, we've again grown 12% compared to last quarter. And considering the changes which are happening in the pension ecosystem, all the initiatives to create stronger trust penetration gives us huge headroom in that business. Our work on digital public infrastructure, our large mandates today again give us an opportunity to contribute at various foundational levels, be it identity under the CERSAI KYC project, be it opening an absolutely new financial services vector on the insurance marketplace that we are building for Bima Sugam. And these are areas which are going to unlock huge value in these ecosystems. And we continue to contribute at the infrastructure level and also build at the app level for consumer and enterprise consumption of these various services.
Okay, and let's talk about your balance sheet, which is currently debt-free with over 800 crore rupees in cash. How do you plan to deploy this cash? Is it going to be via acquisitions, new DPI platforms, or is it going to be spent towards international forays?
So there are both parts to it. On one side, the balance sheet also gives us strength to get into large turnkey projects because you do need funding for picking up large mandates. At the same time, we are always open to looking out for agile inorganic growth, where we have opportunities to look for smart technologies, emerging technologies, which we can embed into our productization. And last but not the least, especially the international business, where we are clearly focused on taking the India stack global. These would largely be project or turnkey opportunities, and part of the balance sheet will go towards supporting those projects.
Right, and you've highlighted plans to take the India stack global, right, to Southeast Asia, to the Middle East, as well as Africa. Which geographies or products will you prioritize in this first phase of expansion?
So our focus has been on economies which are at a very early stage of building the digital rails. And we do see opportunities in Africa, Middle East, and Southeast Asia. We've had some early engagements and wins, as we spoke about earlier, in Morocco, in Ethiopia, where we are working on what we talked about earlier as a very unique concept of DPI in a box, where you are looking at a modular playbook of various digital public goods, and you are able to actually do implementations in a matter of months rather than years to build POCs, to create some use cases in these countries, and then move it forward from there. For example, in Morocco, we created or enabled an education DPI, and we are working on multiple engagements over there where we are participating in multiple RFPs, and we are in some cases naturally at a end stage or a mature stage of seeing the mandates coming through.
Okay, Mr. Sethi, good to be chatting with you, and good luck for the quarters to come.